Hello N-scale modelers. Today I wanted to show you these brand new N-scale scrap and trash gondolas that just hit the market from Otter Valley Railroad. These are a car that were announced about a year ago, I think a little bit over a year ago, and ever since I saw the announcement I've been anxiously awaiting their release, and as soon as they were released a couple of weeks ago I placed an order. So they came in the mail and I wanted to show them to you. So these are produced by Otter Valley Railroad in Ontario, Canada. They already released these in HO, and they have several other HO scale models, but these are their first release that I'm aware of, at least in the N-scale world. These models are based on the National Steel Car 6,000 and 6,400 square foot, 64-foot gondolas that are used, I think, post 2018 for trash and scrap hauling. I only have 3 different roads to show here, but they come in Cardella, AIM, Secure, ABC Recycling, Oak Ridge, Triple M, and some of these gray and the black with just their reporting marks. They also come with gray and black data only models. So let's open one up. As you can see, the box is very nicely detailed. Has a little history of their company, founded in 2003. Don't mind the sound of my cat playing with her hair tie in the background. She loves playing with her hair tie. Anyway, here we go. We have a 2-piece clamshell with tape on either side. A little protective plastic. And there is the model itself. They have separately applied ladders on both ends, both sides. The end of car detail is specific to each railroad. I haven't compared one car to another to see what that looks like, but I will see if I can spot any differences. And the underbody detail is just exquisite, with their website stamped in there, ovrtrains.com. I also have the etched metal step on either end, separately applied handbrake and chain. That chain is something I don't know if I've seen that before. With the knuckle type couplers, non-magnetic, but that's okay by me. Beautiful detail. And metal wheels, of course. Pull the Cardella car out to look as well. The green is just spot on and just such a beautiful color. See the underside detail on this one as well. It's hard to show on my phone that doesn't have a good zoom lens, but even the smallest lettering is still legible. Well, the very smallest, I don't have a magnifying glass to see it, but the lettering is very crisp, very detailed. I'm very impressed with that. It's a little hard to see maybe, but the AIM car on the left is a 6,000 cubic foot model, and then the OFOX on the right is 6,400, and you can see that there is actually a noticeable height difference between the two. All right, let's test a few things out on these cars. So the first thing I'd like to look at is the couplers. They're advertised as microtrain style couplers, of course being knuckle couplers. They do require a little bit of an extra, I would say more than average, kind of push to connect. Not a huge deal, but if you're doing a lot of switching operations with your locomotives, probably going to be going a little bit harder than most other couplers would require. Not a huge deal in my book, but just a note there. Again, some of the other coupler types out there now, these are microtrains mounted on microtrains boxcar, and they connect very nicely. Next up is an Athearn tank car with McHenry couplers. and those connect very smoothly. Yeah, very nice. Also have AccuMate couplers, and these click together very nicely. Just a gentle click, very satisfying. Last but not least, Kato couplers. And those click together very nicely. Almost surprisingly so. Again, it's a tough angle to get on my phone, but with my coupler height gauge set to the top of the rail, the couplers are just spot on. I don't have a good way to test rolling resistance for any actual scientific numbers, but I will say the amount of force required to move them, and they just keep rolling, is impressively low. Just a little nudge and they keep going. It's a very small sample size, but I have here an exact rail and a Wheels of Time boxcar, both of which I would consider relatively high-end, and about the same amount of force, and they just don't roll the same. These Otter Valley cars just keep rolling. Per the NMRA guidelines, a car of this length, which is about 5 inches, just shy, should be about 1¼ ounce. This one comes in, as you can see, just over 1½, which given the amount of rolling resistance that they don't have, I think is a really great weight for these cars. The specs on their website do also say that they come equipped with Bremco or Timken trucks as appropriate per the prototype of each specific railroad. I don't notice any difference between the trucks, so I'm assuming I have the same on all 3 of these, but I don't know actually where to find that information, so I'll take their word for that, but I appreciate the attention to the detail. I failed to mention it earlier, but for most of the roads, they do include at least 12 different road numbers. Several of them only have 6 available as far as I could tell, and it looked like there were a handful that had more than 12 available. The retail price on these directly from the Otter Valley Railroad website is $43.99 Canadian dollars, which translates currently to just under $31 in the US. Personally, I think that's a kind of a sweet spot for the price. They're a gorgeous car with so much detail, and I just love how they perform so far, and I'm very much looking forward to running a bunch of these. A huge shout out to my friend Mark over at My Life's Tracks YouTube channel, who picked up the AIM car for me at the Amherst train show a few weeks ago and sent that to me as a gift, and to Otter Valley for including the Cardella car with my order. They did also include a handwritten note that explained that they were in Fostoria, Ohio, previously to get the paint color just right, and it was the hottest day of the summer, and the trash was very ripe smelling, but I think it was well worth it. The cars just came out great. Anyway, thank you so much for watching this review, and happy railroading.